was that? Oh, here it comes! No, I can't stop it!
I consider myself a lover of many things, especially when it comes to anime, but nothing satiates my palate more than people just beating the absolute piss out of each other. Regardless of story, characters, or any other contents, if there's good fights, I'm in. And I think I may have truly witnessed the best animated fight scenes ever. The sense of euphoria was only comparable to that time I beat Connor Jameson in a Pokemon battle in front of the entire first grade class. Man simply just couldn't handle the Charizard. However, the sad thing is that many of you will probably never watch this show due to its accessibility. But first, let's try out a real diamond in the rough in the world of mobile games. I started playing Hero Wars. This is an online role-playing action game with a variety of PvP and PvE modes. Here I can fight against powerful bosses and experience the story. The campaign style is great. It feels just like a classic fantasy game. While completing missions, I can collect loot and upgrade my champions. The game has more than 50 unique heroes. Each one has unique abilities. Combine and assemble different teams to battle in the arena or traverse the endless tower. But the main party happens online. You can create guilds, fight with other players, and constantly rise in rank. Join the game now and get a super chest with a secret hero, as well as 62 emeralds and 30,000 gold. Hero Wars is available on mobile devices and also runs in a web browser. Scan this QR code or download the game from the link in the description. I'll see you in-game. Fog Hill of 5 Elements is a Chinese animation. Hey, am I just a Donghua review channel at this point? Created by Samsara Animation Studio. And when I say that it has some of, if not the best fight scenes I've ever watched, it really fucking does. But maybe the most impressive thing was that the show was created by just 6 people and 3 interns. It's the passion project of director Lin Hun, who decided to create his own animation studio after his first work, Kiyu Choyuan, which is just completely pronounced incorrectly, was cancelled by the production company. He has full creative freedom with his own studio, but it's also made the release of the show really awkward. The show only has 3 episodes out currently and was originally supposed to be released in 2019. Those episodes ended up coming out in summer of 2020 and is expected to have a release of supposed 5 more episodes later this year. I can only assume having such a small studio is the cause for delays, especially when the content put out is this high of quality. I will say though, 3 episodes makes the show extremely digestible and you can finish it in just over an hour and watch it multiple times. That is, if you can actually watch it, because currently the only legal method of watching the show is through the Chinese streaming app Bilibili, but I'm not a lawyer, so do whatever you want. You can find a lot of the fights reposted on YouTube, but I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't watch the entire thing, because believe it or not, it's not just 20 plus minutes of fighting every episode. No, they decided to include the whole story thing. Premise is basically humans versus demons. Demons realize humans are weak and stupid, so they murder them because it's funny. As the demons are about to shake the last bit of lunch money from the pockets of the humans, 5 powerful aspects appear, drawing power from yin-yang of earth and sky. They harnessed the 5 mythical elements of
water.
Fire, water, earth, metal, and wood. Which wood just sounds like worse earth, but sure. The aspects pushed the demons to the mountain and sealed away the very big and scary demons and put up a pillar barrier to ward off any of the lesser demons from descending down. Peace was obtained until one of the aspects was like, I'm just gonna fuck all of this up, and ends up releasing a sacred beast that both the demons and humans want. I have mixed feelings about the story so far. On one hand, they do the serious elements nearly perfect, and I was feeling emotions for characters I had just met that episode. But on the other hand, they literally gag you with the amount of comedy shoved down your throat. Some jokes are decent, but others definitely miss the mark. Better than me just explaining, I'm going to show you a quick montage of stuff in the show. Some interesting faces for sure, but what if I told you these are all done within 2 minutes of each other? Genuine confusion was all I got from this scene. Like, I've never seen so many joke attempts in such a short amount of time. These distorted faces can be pretty funny, but you gotta consider the timing, otherwise it feels very forced. I think Konosuba probably does like these weird faces the best. If the show carried on like this, I'm not sure I would have been able to watch, but thankfully it's much less frequent for the rest of the show. And I'll just go ahead and address this because it seems like a common issue for people when watching these Chinese shows. The voice acting's pretty solid. Not quite the level of something like Link Click, but the aspects and demons sound pretty fucking juicy. There are some annoying or weird sounding voices like Alvin Chipmunk over here, but you start to adjust. Now let's get back to the fun stuff, the art and animation. My God, the show is beautiful. It's so full of color and every scene is so pleasing to look at. It's like the opposite of me as a person. Without a doubt, this show has the best backgrounds I've ever seen. They almost seem like they're painted on a canvas or textured somehow with some watercolor added. And also the character design is super unique. The characters have these thick yet imperfect lines that resemble a brushstroke and really stand out against the backgrounds. And these characters are all super colorful as well, but I think the thick outlines help you appreciate what's going on in both the foreground and the background. They even have a super cool section at the end of the third episode that shows some of the art techniques used in creating the opening and the endings for the show. But the main draw to the show is 100% the fight scenes. And if you've watched any action anime, you can usually tell which episodes had a bit more of the budget used. Unless you're like fucking Ufotable or Mappa, there's always one fight that sticks out above the rest. The end of season fight, if you will. Now imagine those, but it's every single fight. I'm going to do my best to explain them without showing you too much footage or ruining the experience. The choreography is absolutely phenomenal. It's so fast-paced, but flows so smoothly. Each hit has weight, momentum, almost a rhythmic beat to it. There's an awesome mix of both traditional martial arts and magic and cool combos using both. A lot of the times with these super fast-paced fights, the characters just end up turning into some fucking colored line bouncing around the screen like the stock exchange graph. I don't know if it's just a personal take, but those aren't the most engaging fights to watch. But I felt like I was on the edge of my seat with each movement in Fog Hill. There's also some of the most unique camera angles. One of my favorites puts us in a first-person perspective as we pull the enemy towards us, only to just kick them back where they originally were. I don't even know what to say about the animation. It honestly just left me speechless. It's that good. The fights will drain you, though. If a fight starts, you best believe that fight's gonna finish. None of that talk no jutsu bullshit where we're fighting the same dude for an entire 30 episodes. Just the sheer amount of shit that's gonna happen is gonna be hard for your brain to process in just one watch. I found myself rewinding or just rewatching the episode to make sure I didn't miss anything. Some people won't be a fan of that, but the fights were so hype, I could probably watch them 100 times and not be bored. I wish I could go more in depth on the fights, but my color commentary would not do them justice. And I don't want to spoil you, so I'll just drop in about 10 to 15 seconds just as a little brutal foreplay. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Fog Hill is such an interesting show and definitely has me hooked. I don't think I've ever seen a show like this. It has some slight comparisons to Avatar: The Last Airbender just because of the elements, but that's about it. I'm hoping when the final 5 episodes are released that someone like Funimation or Crunchyroll, but now Sony owns both, so the soon-to-be Sony Anime Empire, whatever, picks it up and makes it more accessible to the mainstream. Still, some of the stuff that's going on is a bit vague and I had a few questions, but I assume that's going to be answered with the release of the final episode, so I'm looking really forward to it. Also, let me know some of your favorite anime fights in the comments. I'll keep it a buck with you. That Rengoku vs. Akaza fight hits different. And as always, I have to thank the lovely people over on Patreon. If you're looking for another way to support me, this is definitely the way to do so. We have a bunch of different tiers and different rewards in each category that are pretty cool, like early access to videos, being able to pick the games that I play on stream, exclusive content that you won't see on the YouTube, and even having your name at the end of my videos like these wonderful people. The link for that will be in the description, and also make sure you drop a like on this video, just because, well, I'm poor, so thank you. Bye.